Greetings, it's Iain from RTO here, and welcome to a very special new album review. Now, it doesn't happen very often, but I'm reviewing an album that comes out today, and I've been very privileged and lucky to have had a copy of this for a few weeks now. Now, how I come across this, going through my emails on my channel email, I saw an email from someone called Sindre Haugen, and I thought, don't recognise the name, so me being me, went and had a look. It didn't come up as a flag, and Sindre is in a band called Sykofant, and it was an email saying we've got this new album coming out on the 31st of May, and we thought your YouTube channel would be a good one for it to promote it. And I thought, well, thank you very much, guys, for doing it, because you will get a link to this. And they gave me a link to it, and I have been listening to it. I put it onto a CD, but I didn't put a name on it because I've got nosy friends, you know. So I've been listening to this every week, at least 2 or 3 times, and I've really enjoyed doing this. So it comes out today. It is available. It will be available on. I think I do know it's going to be on Spotify, but I'm sure it's on Bandcamp. So who are they and where are they from? Well, they are a band from Norway, and they're emerging from the Norwegian Prog scene. And this is their first album, and it says this is from their thing. The new album promises to be an audacious blend of sounds that will be available both in digital and vinyl formats. I shall probably get the vinyl format myself, in ensuring that all listeners can enjoy the music in their preferred medium. That's great. Band doesn't mind if you listen to it from digital or on online and vinyl. So, who are the band? Well, the guitarist and vocals are done by, if I get your names wrong, I do apologise, but Emil Moen. On the drums we have Malvin Trieder. On guitars and backing vocals we have Per Sem, and then Sindre Haugen, the bass player and backing vocals, who contacted me. So their music is from the progressive landscape, and with influences of pop, jazz, funk, surf and fusion, and they seek to push the boundaries of traditional prog rock, and they said that they're going to introduce fresh and dynamic elements into well-trodden music paths, with jazzy drums yet forceful, a heavy bass line yet funky guitars. So let's have a look at these tracks on this wonderful album. It's all done in there is only 5 tracks, but we've got, they're epics, they're long, and they're good. So the first track on this album is called Pavement of Colour. The opening track, what I was really impressed with at the start, is the sound of Sindre's bass and Melvin's drum. They seem to naturally glue together to create this really strong engine room in the band. Wonderful stuff. It really is some strong riffs coming in on the guitar from Per. Good guitarist. And what can we say about Emil's vocals? Very strong. I like as well how you get this real heavy stuff, and then all of a sudden, about halfway through, it becomes melodic. At the drop of a pin, this driving sort of heavy metal song becomes this sort of more melodic, intricate song. It is a great opener. I like this track. It's a very, very strong opening track. Second track is called Between Air and Water. Again, that the tightness of that engineering, the bass and the drum driving the song along. Now we've got some more delicate touches of guitars on the. I just think how much the guitars complement the other two as well. It's just the tempo as well. I just love this funky guitar riff as well. You don't think that like a classic heavy metal progressive bass line and drums would fit in with a funky guitar, but it does. There's some really good solos on here as well. I put this under the headphones and it's just a delight to listen to. Per Sem, what he's a damn good guitar player. Really, it's fresh. That's what I like about it. It's fresh. Very, very good track. Then we get Monuments of Old. This is probably my favourite sort of start on a track. A little bit of bass, little touches of guitar, and you just say, what are they going to do next? In comes the drums. Strong, and then a ripping riff to just wake you up. Now, I listen to this, and I'll tell you what this reminds me of. Very early Rush. Especially around that Fly By Night Out period. And the debut album, it's got that meaty stuff, but it's got the prog element to it. It's absolutely belter track. It's probably one of my favourites. I really like this track. Then we have Between the Moments. I would say this is Emil's strongest vocal on the album. His vocals are brilliant, but this is his time to shine. Absolutely strong. And then you get this little piece of guitar. It's gentle. You just don't know what's coming with these songs. And then the change of direction again. The real power riffs come in. And then Melvin's drumming, how he changes that tempo without no flaws is absolutely outstanding. There's not many drummers that can go from without, it seems to flow naturally. It's just a natural gift, I think, with drummers that can do that. Absolutely killer track. And the last track, I think it is the last, no, it's the second but last track, is called Strangers. Now, I don't know if this band are influenced by some of that early Rush. Now, some of the guitar riffs on here from remind me of Rush again on the Hemispheres album, which is my favourite album. This is 10 minutes of brilliance, and you think 10 minutes, and it goes so quickly because there's so much going on. You see, this has gone for real heavy stuff to a mellow, eerie sound. This is the sort of this tracks that leaves the hairs on the back of your neck standing up. You just don't know what you're going to get. It's a really well put together track, well constructed, and takes you through moods and swings in 10 minutes. Super track. But they've left the best track till the very end of this album, and it's called Forgotten Paths. I love the start of it. We've got some acoustic guitar on this, and it just gradually builds up. You've got different layers. It's the same in the singing. Emil singing, he builds it up. His voice seems to just every now and again it goes up a bit more, until we get this sort of crescendo at the end. Everything comes together. They all start just building up in different levels, so you get a little bit. The guitar solo on here is probably the best from Per. Absolutely killer. You get some shimmery cymbals on it. You know, then we get the more. Then we go to the nice gentle side, and then it builds up again. And Syndra's bass line on this is absolutely brilliant. It's the glue. He keeps it going, even in the high and lows. It's there, giving it some structure, and the bass is there all the way till the end. Absolutely brilliant track to end this album. So, as I said, firstly, I was honoured to have this sent to me in advance. I feel very privileged. It's been frustrating not to tell anybody about this, but I can now. I've loved listening to this. It's probably one of the best listens I've had this year, and I'm not just saying that. It is a different take on prog, giving it some freshness. It's got some heavy elements in it, which I love. It's got the gentle side, the more traditional prog sound. Each track has been well structured and really thought about. I love the change of tempo in every song. It was mind-blowing, and under the headphones you really can tell what's going through. I feel that the bands that it's got a lot of that early Rush sound from them early days. What I like about this, there's some guitar work on here that's normally done by keyboards. You know, you can imagine it being played on the keyboards. There's no keyboards in this. It's just purely guitars and drums and bass. And I think it's got a very good bass and drumming. They seem to play off each other wonderfully, and it's very important because a good engine room in a band, you know, dictates what's going on. So go and listen to this on Spotify, Bandcamp, wherever you can. Remember the name, Sykofant. And I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. And I wouldn't be surprised if this definitely gets in my top 20 at the end of the year. So once again, guys, go and support this band. Go and listen to them, and please put your comments in the box. Let these guys know what you think as well. I think it's very important they get some great feedback on this, because, you know, when you're releasing your first album, it's very important. So please go and listen to this. I'll put a couple of tracks in a playlist, and I'll put the link to the album once it appears on Spotify, but just put in Sykofant and you'll find it on Spotify. So good luck, chaps. I hope this is the start of a great career for you, and if you ever come to England, let me know, because I will come and see you. Okay, we've got one more album to review. We've gone from a brand new band with their debut to an old hand. We've got Paul Weller and his new album 66. So I'll do that very shortly. Bye for now.